Good to see you again. So, here we are, back in our classroom. Mr. Huck just woke up from a nap. Says, hi friends. Excited to learn. Hopefully he won't interrupt us, but you never know. He hasn't really learned to sit in his carpet spot yet. Friends, what I wanted to do with you today is I want us to look back at our family apartment. Quickly before we move on to another family, I want to just go through and review the words. So when I point to the word, I want you to say it as best as you can. But now that I'm thinking, it might be helpful if slowly we want to sound out each sound in the word before we can just quickly say them. So why don't we try that first? So let's start up here. B-at, bat. At, cat. F-at, fat. H-at, hat. Up to the top, starting at M. At, mat. Starting at the P. P-at, pat. Let's go down, starting at the R, that's the first sound. R-at, rat. And our last word, you might notice looking at the picture, starting with the S. S makes the S sound. S-at, sat. So now I'm going to go through each word. I'm going to point and I want you to say it. Ready? Tried to trick you there. Let's go up. Awesome. And very good. All right, we have the at family apartment. We'll just move over here. So today we're going to visit a different apartment. Now this apartment is, again, it's a rectangle, but it's not going to be vertical, which is straight up and down. It's going to be horizontal, which is side to side. Here we go. Up. All right. I always know it's a rectangle because the top and the bottom are the same length, and then the two sides are the same length, and you might notice the top and the bottom are a little bit longer than the sides. So that's how I know it's a rectangle. So you might know this, at least in my class. The next word family we did after at, we're going to revisit the an family. An. You might be thinking of what two letters make up the word family an. So today I'm going to write the word family up on the roof here. So we're going to go leave a blank for the first sound, and then we'll write our family an. So if you were thinking that an is made up of A and N, you were right, an. So let's go ahead and think of some an words. So when I think of an words, I like to think of the letters in the alphabet. So I might start with A. A apple, a. If I put A here, and it's not really a word I've heard before. Should we try B? Okay, what sound does B make? B. Awesome. B and ban. I think I've heard the word ban before, but I'm not sure what it means. Should I write the word ban? All right, let's do it. B and I'm going to get a different color today. I'm going to underline my first letter, which is that first sound. B makes the B sound. And I'm going to circle my an family in purple. So the word altogether is, let's actually use a different color here. Oh, that one's kind of tired. Ban. Now, ban means this. Ban, not allowed. Ban, that is ban. So if you think about in our classroom, remember in our desk trays, I had to take out one item, and it was actually this. It was the marker. So I had to ban the markers from being in our pencil tubs. It was just pencils and crayons. So ban means the markers were not allowed in the tub. Does that make sense? Awesome. So ban, no. Let's think of a different word. Different "and" word. We did B. What about C, caterpillar, K? What if we put a C in front? What word would that make? Did I hear can? Let's write it. Can. Is this a word we know? Is this one of our sight words? Yes, we've seen it before. So again, the first letter we started with was C. C makes the K sound. That's our first sound in our word, K. And we know together A and N make the "and" family. So if you put it together, K, an, can. So we might say, I can jump. I can run. I can tell you a joke. So for can, something you can do, I'm going to put a check mark. Yes, I can do that. And. That's an "and" word. What's another one? Did I hear that? F and fan. What letter makes the F sound? F. F-ish, F. So fan. Fan's a word I've heard before. So I'm going to try to write that. Write my F, I do a little curve first and then a line. F, an, fan. So I'm going to underline my first sound, which is F. I'm going to circle my word family, an. And all together, F, an, makes the word fan. On a really hot day, we might bring a fan out and turn it on and plug it in. It will create that cool breeze. So a fan kind of looks like this. Again, Miss Bush is trying her best here. Here's my fan. And it's usually on a stand like this. All right, so my fan is blowing some air. All right. What other letters could we put in front of "and" to make a word? A, B, C, D, E, F. We just did F. G, H, I, J, K, L, M. M. What sound does M make? An. What word does that make? Man. Is that a word we've heard before? Let's write it. An. Man. So again, I'm going to underline the first sound, which is and we're going to circle the word family "an." And if we put it together, an, man. Who can we draw that's a man that we might all know? Thinking of who works at Lowell. It's our favorite PE teacher, Mr. Marcy. We might say Mr. Marcy is a man. Here he is. Mr. Marcy always has a smile. Let's draw him with a basketball. Okay, because I know that's what some of us were working on before we left school, was some basketball. So here's Mr. Marcy, our man. What else? What's another word? Thinking of a letter. What was that? P, pencil, P? What if we put P in front of "an"? What word would that make? An. Pan. Is that a word we've heard? Let's write it just to make sure. And pan. Think about if you've used a pan before in your kitchen to cook something. Or if you think about Ms. Bush's classroom, we have a play kitchen. And I've seen some of my friends use a pan before to saute some fish. So pan is another "an" word, pan. slide it through, pan. And when I draw a pan, I'm going to draw a circle with a handle. Okay? And maybe we'll put an egg in the middle. We're frying an egg in our pan. What's another word that we've heard before, another "and" word? If we took a letter from the alphabet and we put it in front of our word family "and," would that make a word we've heard before? We've just tried P. JKLMNOP. QR. R. I think I've seen R in front of "and" before. What sound does R make? That's right, R makes the R sound. R, an, ran. So our first sound is R, because it's the letter R. And our word family, again, as we know, is "and." And when you put that all together, what word does it make? Ran. Awesome. Ran. So when I draw someone who might have ran somewhere, do a foot up and a foot down, arms moving, mouth might be open because they're breathing hard, hair might be kind of tossed in the wind there. Ran. I ran to the store. I ran to the playground. All right. It looks like we're out of room in our "and" family apartment. But, oh, what? There's one more "and" word that someone wants to add. I'm wondering if we can squeeze it in at the bottom here. We might let it in there. What's the first letter of your word? T. T. Huh. What if we put a T in front of "and"? What word would that make? Thinking about what sound does T make? T. And tan. That's right. We read a book about a tan man. I remember right before school was out. So let's try that. Our first sound is T, because our first letter is T. And then we know our word family "and." And when you slide them together, tan makes the word tan. Now, I know that when summer is here, the sun is out. Miss Bush loves to lay in the sun to make my skin a little bit tanner. So I like to tan in the sun. The sun might make my skin a little bit darker. So I'm going to draw a sun for tan. Tan. Let's count our "and" words. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Can you show me 7 on your fingers? Thinking about, oh, I have 5 fingers on one hand. 5, 6, 7. My fingers match our "and" family apartment. 7 fingers, 7 words. All right, now is the time. We're going to slide through these words on our arms, chopping up each sound, and then sliding through to say the word. Let's start up top with ban. Remember, our markers, I had to ban them from our pencil tubs. They were not allowed. Let's chop this word up. B-and, ban. Moving down. K-and, can. Starting with F. F-and, fan. Up top at the M. M-and, man. Going down, starting at P. P-and, pan. Let's go down. Let's start at, what was this word? Ran. Let's chop it up. R-and, ran. And our last one, thinking of the sun, T-and, tan. Very nice, my friends. Now, Miss Bush forgot to add some detail to our lovely "and" family apartment where the "and" family lives. This apartment is going to have a path going this way. And I'm going to kind of make a circle here in the middle. So actually, my friend lived at an apartment that looks like this. They have a path going this way. And continuing the circle, a path going down. And we'll continue the circle, and then a path going out to the main street here. And in the middle, they have a nice bench you can sit on, like this. where maybe the Ann family can hang out on that bench outside of their apartment there. All right, my dear friends, thank you for joining me for another Word Family lesson. Stay tuned for next week. We will be talking about 2 new families moving into the neighborhood. All right, friends, good seeing all of you. I miss you, and I'll see you next time for our family lesson.